Lisa Manoban had just walked off the stage in KAOHSIUNG, lights fading, screams still echoing through the night sky. The BLACKPINK Deadline Tour 2025 had just wrapped its Taiwan stop, and yet, something about her energy that night felt different. Cameras caught her smile, but not the thoughts behind it. Because 1 hour after that performance, when fans thought the night was over, something began unfolding behind closed doors, a move that no one saw coming. The sound of the city softened as her car pulled away from the arena. Street lights blurred into gold reflections against the tinted windows. It wasn't just another post-show exit. This was a pivot, the kind that only those who understand timing, value, and perception could recognize. While fans flooded social media with clips of her final encore, Lisa BLACKPINK was already rewriting the next scene of her story. Quietly, strategically, intentionally. That's when the whispers began. A black vehicle parked beside a sleek private jet waiting at the outskirts of KAOHSIUNG International. The air shimmered with that kind of cinematic stillness that always precedes something big. Witnesses said she wasn't alone. A figure known for his composure, a businessman tied deeply to the world of luxury, Frédéric Arnault, was reportedly seen entering the same terminal moments before. No official statement. No cameras allowed. Just a few seconds of silence that felt heavier than headlines. But here's where it gets interesting. In the world of influence and luxury branding, nothing happens by coincidence. Every exit, every camera angle, every delay, it's all design. Lisa understands that better than anyone. For her, each move is more than lifestyle, it's strategy. Every public moment is a seed that blossoms later into perception, into brand value. And when someone like Frédéric Arnault enters that frame, it's not about gossip, it's about convergence. Fashion meets vision. Creativity meets capital. Inside that private space, sources describe the atmosphere as calm but charged, the kind of energy that precedes a blueprint. Lisa BLACKPINK wasn't just an artist in that moment. She was a strategist. It's what separates her from others. While most chase visibility, she crafts significance. She knows brand power doesn't come from noise, it comes from direction. And when two worlds, entertainment and enterprise, orbit that close, something transformative usually follows. That's when fans notice something strange online. Minutes after the concert ended, several verified accounts tied to luxury insiders posted cryptic lotus emojis and gold hourglass icons. No captions, no tags, just symbols. Within 30 minutes, fan theories exploded. Some claimed it hinted at Lisa's next fashion project. Others believed it marked the start of a long-rumored collaboration beyond the stage. Either way, attention was captured, and attention in this business is currency. Let's pause for a second and think about this. In marketing psychology, there's a principle called the anticipation loop. When a creator leaves a gap between what's seen and what's coming, the audience fills it with curiosity, which amplifies engagement. Lisa has mastered that loop. Every silent pause between her appearances becomes a moment of demand. It's scarcity redefined, not by hiding, but by holding value. And as investors know, the rarer the asset, the higher the worth. Back in Paris, data analysts began tracking her name again. Engagement velocity surged, not because of a new song, but because of mystery. That's the shift from celebrity to brand architect. Lisa has turned her narrative into equity. And while many think her influence is purely emotional, it's actually mathematical. She controls her own algorithm. Scarcity, curiosity, timing, and payoff. Meanwhile, reports hinted that her jet route wasn't direct. Instead of returning to Seoul, it made an unscheduled stop in Singapore. A coincidence? Maybe. But Singapore isn't just a destination. It's a global hub for investment, luxury partnerships, and next-gen branding startups. Insiders started speculating. Was this a personal trip or a strategic meeting? Because where she moves, markets react. And then came the midpoint twist. An encrypted clip circulated briefly on a private luxury forum, allegedly showing a silhouette resembling Lisa standing beside a presentation screen displaying abstract shapes. The words "beyond performance" flickered in the corner. No audio, no verification. Within minutes, it disappeared. But for those who understand brand evolution, that image spoke volumes. It wasn't just fashion anymore. It was philosophy, the merging of cultural capital and creative ownership. Now here's where the real genius begins. By creating controlled ambiguity, Lisa and those around her turn speculation into fuel. It's a silent campaign that doesn't need posters or hashtags. Every theory shared becomes unpaid promotion. Every conversation extends the narrative lifespan. That's high-level entrepreneurship disguised as mystery. She's not reacting to trends. She's architecting attention. Frédéric Arnault's name only amplifies this effect. His presence signals precision, the kind of refinement that luxury thrives on. Together, even in absence, they create narrative synergy. Because luxury, at its core, isn't about what's shown. It's about what's withheld. The power of suggestion outweighs the noise of confirmation. And Lisa knows that perfectly at BY Sunrise. The KAOHSIUNG skyline had quieted, but the digital storm hadn't. Global media picked up fragments of the story. Lisa spotted leaving Taiwan. Frédéric Arnault a seen boarding jet. Possible collaboration incoming? None of it confirmed. All of it captivating. It's that blend of uncertainty and familiarity that keeps audiences hooked. You don't scroll past stories like that. You wait for the next drop. From a business lens, this entire sequence feels engineered, not inauthentic, but intentional. It's how modern prestige is built, through layered storytelling, cross-industry association, and the illusion of spontaneity. When done right, it generates not just headlines, but long-term brand value. Because reputation compounds faster than revenue, and Lisa's is multiplying by the minute. As hours pass, one truth becomes clear. She's redefining the post-concert narrative. It's no longer about the encore, it's about the echo. About what happens in the quiet moments after the stage lights fade. That's where true influence is tested. Not when everyone's watching, but when everyone's wondering. So maybe the real question isn't what she's doing next, but how she's doing it. The precision, the restraint, the elegance of silence. That's the new form of power in a world drowning in exposure. Lisa BLACKPINK has turned subtlety into spectacle and anticipation into authority. And just when the buzz begins to settle, another alert pops up, an industry insider hinting that a high-level creative meeting in Singapore might unveil something tied to vision ownership. The phrase spreads like wildfire. Everyone's waiting, guessing, decoding. It's not just about fashion anymore. It's about the architecture of influence itself. Because when Lisa moves, the markets listen. When she disappears, curiosity spikes. And when she returns, she doesn't follow trends. She defines them. Every silence, every frame, every glance becomes a signal. Her influence doesn't just echo through fandoms. It ripples across industries. From fashion houses to finance rooms, her name turns into strategy, her timing into value. Executives analyze her moves the way analysts study stock charts. A single post can shift brand perception overnight. This isn't luck, it's precision. It's the quiet mastery of someone who understands that mystery is the new luxury. And right beside her, Frédéric Arnault plays the perfect balance, the businessman who sees not just beauty, but market power. Together, they're not just a headline, they're a case study in brand value, timing, and influence that money can't buy. Their next move after the Taiwan concert wasn't random. It felt calculated, almost cinematic. As BLACKPINK's night in KAOHSIUNG ended and the crowd still echoed her name, Lisa's quiet exit hinted at something bigger. No after-party posts, no selfies, just movement. Discreet, deliberate, and perfectly timed. Whispers began online. A private jet sighting, a minimalist outfit, a glance exchanged. For the fans, it was emotion. For the market, it was momentum. Because every subtle step they take becomes a headline that fuels brand equity and digital engagement. Frédéric Arnault understands this rhythm. It's not just about appearances, it's about positioning. In business, visibility is currency, and timing is everything. Lisa Manaband's silence speaks louder than any campaign slogan, and that's what makes her presence worth millions in marketing value. Together, they merge two worlds, luxury and legacy, into a new form of influence that can't be replicated, only observed. So as you watch this unfold, remember this. What happened 1 hour after that concert wasn't just an encounter. It was a signal. A reminder that legacy isn't built in noise, it's built in nuance. Stay close, because this story is far from over. The next move could redefine the intersection of artistry, brand value, and global prestige, and you'll want to be here when it unfolds. Don't blink. Don't scroll. Hit like, subscribe for more exclusive updates, and share, and be part of the moment before it becomes history.